Kultiska here. Welcome to my shooting bench review of the new, well, I don't know if it's new to me, Sightron S-TAC 4-20. I got this scope the other day. I had purchased an inexpensive Sightron, I think it's a S-TAC 4-20 with the adjustable objective to put on a little 223 for my nephew to shoot, and after about the 10th shot, one of the lenses on the inside fell out, and I took it off and put my old Leupold compact back on the little gun, and decided I liked the smaller scope on it anyway. The other scope sat on my bench for about 8 months, and I finally sent it in, and they told me that scope was no longer made and they could not repair it, and they asked me what I wanted to do. And first I was going to get my money back, and I thought, well, maybe I ought to just try one of their other scopes. And after looking at some reviews on the 420 S-TAC, I decided to try one. Previously, for the last, since 2001, I've been running this Leupold 4.5-14. This is my coyote gun. It's 25-06. I've been running that scope on it, and it's worked perfectly for the last 16 years. But after looking at the reticle in this scope, the MOA2, I thought, man, that looks really good. I really like that small dot. I've always liked Leupold's fine duplex reticle, but a dot's just, your eye's naturally drawn to it, at least mine is. So I've always wanted to try one. Put the scope on the gun a couple nights ago in my man cave. Just came out here today and zeroed it, and really loved the reticle. I was comparing it with my Very X3 Leupold here, and with both of them on 14 power, the Sightron definitely has a little sharp. It is sharper, and it has a brighter picture. Anyhow, like I say, this isn't the latest and greatest Very X3. This one's about 16-17 years old, and I own a couple other Very X3s with 1-inch tubes, and this one actually has the worst sight picture. It's just a little darker, and I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't have the best, as good a picture as the other two, I don't think. But it's never bothered me hunting. The only time it ever bothers you is when I compare it to a scope that looks better. Otherwise, it's fine. But this is definitely an upgrade in picture quality, I think. So I'll test it out and see what I think. The turrets are not quite as crisp as the Leupold, and there is just a tad bit of slop in the detents, but it's not enough to matter on a coyote. It comes with this little handy flip lever here to help with a little more leverage there, but it's not going to work on this for obvious reasons. So I'm going to be taking that off. If I had a left-handed bolt gun, maybe it would work, but I don't know, maybe on 20 power. On the other side here, it might mess up the bolt on a left-handed gun, but I don't know. I won't find that out. So anyhow, I'll be taking that little flip lever off. Turrets are nice size. I'll be able to wrap them with tape like I do all my own ballistics. I do ballistics for, I live in eastern Kansas, but I do all my ballistics for western Kansas because I do a lot of hunting out there. And so I'll wrap a new piece of tape around that and get that thing up and going. Overall, I really like the reticle. I'll put a picture of that on there. I took a picture through the scope with my camera in town on a really overcast day, so it really doesn't do the scope clarity justice, but there's a couple pictures. One's at I think 4x and the other's at 20x, and it's at a hillside about 500 yards away. But out here today we got partly cloudy and a little snow on the ground. It's Christmas Eve, and I've been looking at stuff through the scope, and I'm really going to like it. I've never looked through the S3s, but everybody says, I know a guy that has 3 of them, and he has a Night Force NXX, and he says the only difference he can tell is the price in tracking and in scope clarity. So I guess we'll see. I do have a Night Force SHV for 14F1 that I have on a Ruger Precision, and I like it quite a bit. And it's a nice clear scope. But this probably doesn't quite match it, but like I said, I didn't bring it out here to compare. But overall, I'm really impressed with this for, you know, $460 scope or whatever it is. It's under $4, I think, if you just get the duplex reticle. But overall, I think I'm gonna like it. If I do, I'll be peeling off that tape around there, and I'll be rattle canning it brown like the rest of the gun. So anyhow, I'll try to give you guys an update maybe later after I've put some rounds through it and killed some dogs. But anyway, first impressions, very good. Colt Tiska out.